There are moments in life when the truth doesn't whisper. It crashes into your chest and steals your breath. A single night. A single decision. And everything I believed about the man I trusted was shattered. I used to think safety had a face, a gentle voice, a calm smile, a man who never raised his hand, never raised his tone, never made me afraid. That man was Daniel. Everyone loved him. My friends said I was lucky. My family called him steady. Even strangers trusted him within minutes of meeting him. He was the kind of man who held doors open, who remembered birthdays, who made people feel comfortable. And that was exactly why I let him into my life. I had just come out of a painful breakup when Daniel appeared. I was tired of chaos, tired of being hurt, tired of guessing people's intentions. Daniel felt like peace. He listened. He didn't push. He didn't rush. He made me feel like I could finally breathe. So I trusted him. I let him stay late. I let him have a key. I let him see me at my weakest. And that was my first mistake. At first, nothing felt wrong. In fact, everything felt almost perfect. He never argued. He never got jealous. He never complained. It was like being with someone who had no shadows. But looking back now, that was the warning. Because people without shadows are usually hiding something much darker. Small things started to feel off. Daniel would go quiet when certain topics came up. If I mentioned my past, he'd suddenly change the subject. If I asked about his family, he'd give short answers. But he always smiled, always brushed it away. Nothing important, he'd say. Just old stuff. I wanted to believe him. Then came the night everything changed. It was raining, the kind of rain that made the world feel smaller, trapped, sealed in. The power went out in my apartment, and Daniel offered to stay over so I wouldn't be alone. That should have made me feel safe. Instead, something in my chest felt tight. We were sitting in the dark, candles flickering, shadows dancing across the walls. The room felt unfamiliar, even though it was my own home. That's when I noticed his phone. It kept lighting up, over and over. I wasn't trying to snoop, but something about the way he kept flipping it face down felt wrong. My stomach twisted. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Yeah," he said too quickly. Another message came in. And another. I don't know why I did it. Maybe instinct, maybe fear. But when he stepped into the kitchen, I picked up his phone. What I saw didn't just shock me. It rewrote everything I thought I knew. Messages. Names I didn't recognize. Conversations that didn't sound like friends. They were full of manipulation, lies and plans that included me. I wasn't his girlfriend. I was a target. My hands started shaking. My heart felt like it was trying to escape my body. The man I thought was safe wasn't safe at all. He had been studying me, learning my habits, my fears, my routines. I felt sick. When Daniel came back into the room, he knew something was wrong. "What's going on?" he asked. I didn't answer. I couldn't. Because the truth was standing right in front of me, wearing the face of someone I trusted. That night didn't end the way I thought it would. It didn't end quietly. It ended with me realizing that sometimes the most dangerous people don't look dangerous at all. They look kind. They look calm. They look safe. But they are. And the scariest part, I almost never found out. If this story made you feel something, fear, shock, or recognition, you're not alone. Sometimes the biggest lessons come from the people we never expected to betray us. Subscribe to At Woman Stories 8 for more true emotional stories. And tell me in the comments, have you ever trusted someone who turned out to be completely different than who they pretended to be?